I know Rush. My name is Ejemeri from Cross River. Anybody will go see black, say that red. God will answer him. And any of them will put hand, say good luck is not a freeborn of Nigeria. Pursue and for seat. Now so God will pursue them. They don't go get seats to live. That is my own.
Thank you for that. Sanusi has hand in Jonathan problem?
Yes, now. Many of them, they are not only, even they made them check all of them. See themselves, we get hand for good luck issue. How their life be there today, how the good luck will be. So we mothers, for the pain that they are causing us in this country, many of them, they go to the school when it be say everything for them. But now look at the way they do school now. Before poor man go. But now look at the way they do the school. They turn and say make it become only their own. But we don't get anything to say that. Only God now go fight this country for us.
Sanusi, where will they talk? In the talk say all the Alumanjiri where they in the north. So maybe they go school so that then they will become better person.
Yes, he said the right thing. But those people as they are in the darkness, they will never listen because that thing not come up for their eye. And what they want, they don't want these their people. Make their eye know waiting day. Instead, they're going to give their wrong information. Look at the way they want to stand up, begin to do things, they will just do. Blood, where God said take time to create. Look at the way they waste it. They don't care. Because they don't get that sense. And the Sanusi now, where go to school, where no. He want to tell them they don't agree. Now they can't fight the Sanusi. Say why he talk like that. You know, say somebody who goes school with person who don't go school, their sense no, they don't work together. So now they talk so that as the way to go make this country well for us. Because a child where they train, go school, finish, he go come, he carry, say he go end himself for street. Even anything fight, he don't want to do him. Because you know what cause his family to train into that place. And these people now, just because they just want made them they lie down for them. They don't agree them to go school. So this God now he go fight them. Sanusi talk through, you know, talk through. All I know, God will fight for us in this country. This is the beginning of their problem. They don't pursue Sanusi up and down. Not only him, another one is still coming. Then they will know what they do for this country. My name is Ejemeri from Cross River State.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Sir?
How are you doing?
Fine.
Yesterday, Governor of Kano removed the throne Emir of Kano. What do you see about that?
I'm not happy over it. Because I know he's a big chief. He's not just an ordinary chief. He's a chief for the entire Kano, per se. That is number one. Number two, he's not an elected as we elected other politicians to hold the office. So he's a lifetime chief for me, and I believe that is the essence of. You cannot just remove a lifetime chief. I think it's the Council of Chiefs that remove a chief in the office, not the government, not the governor. That is my own viewpoint.
But now he has been removed, and another fellow has been appointed. Another emir is now on. What do you think the people of Kano should do?
I'm not an citizen of Kano. That is number one. And again, every side has its own tradition. Like in my own state, we have our own tradition, how we do our own things.
Where is your state and how do you do it?
State.
Okay, how do you do it?
We cannot just remove our chief as Toti per se. We cannot just remove him like that. He's a lifetime chief. We give him that respect, no matter what he does. We call the Council of Chiefs to sit and deliberate over it and bring out the solution.
Now, he has been banished to Nasarawa State. Do you want to accept him or you don't want to accept him here?
If, as I reside in Nasarawa, I'm indigenous of Nasarawa, as I reside here over years.
Now, the Sanusi has been asked to, has been moved down to Nasarawa State.
Yeah.
As like exile for him. He's now in Nasarawa State.
I'm not happy over that. I'm not happy. He was a former CBN governor, an emir. They shouldn't have gone to that extent to banish him completely from the state. If they remove him, they shouldn't have banished him from that state.
Do you know why governor removed him?
I think it should be connected to a political issue.
You think it's connected to political issues?
Issues.
Like what?
Like maybe the man is not dancing to the tune of the governor.
Should other governors do that?
I don't think other governors, if they have their right thinking faculty, they shouldn't have done that. Because he's a chief, if you have that thinking faculty, it's an emir, you have to go to him, sit one-on-one as a man, resolve issues for the interest of the man. Maybe an average man outside there may take law into his hand. Maybe went out to protest and cause any other mayhem in the state, which is very bad. So if he have any political issue, he should have called him. He's a senior person. He's a senior citizen. They should have resolved the matter amicably, unlike other countries did. They travel outside the country. Is that how other countries did their own? Is that what they went there and see? To me, I feel it's ridicule to our country, per se, if other countries have seen this kind of thing. It's ridicule to our country. It's a total shame.
So removing the Emir of Emir Sanusi is a total shame?
Shame. It's a total shame.
Shame on who?
On the sitting governor of that particular state.
State.
Kano State. Ganduje.
Your name?
My name is Timothy.
Okay, you say it's a shame to Sanusi.
Well, for them to banish Sanusi from Kano, from Emirate Council, is a shame to Nigeria. It's a shame to federal government. And it's a shame to state governor, which is named by Ganduje. He shouldn't have gone to that extent to banish a learned man, because he told him the truth.
You know why he was removed?
He removed because he was telling the truth. He was removed by the truth. And them doesn't want to hear the truth, because they assume that let their children continue ruling from where they stop. Let other children remain beggars and amaziris. The Sanusi tell them the truth. They should convert some schools, some mosques to schools, which is some churches did it. You go to Catholic church, they have schools inside Catholic church. You have other those in Nigeria, you have schools there. So be an elected man in the throne. He cannot dance to the throne of because of his traditional ruler and become a foolish person to them. You have to tell them the truth. Eye opener. So you try to open the eyes of Northerners for them to know the truth. I'm not from the north. I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria, but I'm not happy about the case, because it's an insult to Nigerians if you travel out of this country. You travel out of this country is a slap to our own face. No matter where you're from in Nigeria, whether you're from the north, from south or east, it's a slap to us. For the first class citizen of Nigeria was thrown and banished like a common criminal without no concrete evidence. There's no evidence that are living against him. Unlike 1 year ago in a war, or not of a war, they banished him because he was beating his wife. He committed atrocities. That one is clear. One Oba in Ogun State years ago, 1950 something, they banished him because of he committed atrocity. It goes against the law. The Oba of Benin years ago, they banished him, not Benin Kingdom banished him because he was fighting Oyibo people. They now remove him from the throne and kill him away from Bonny Island. But this one did not cut off with any evidence. He did not commit an atrocity as an emir. He did not beat his wife as an emir. He told them the truth. So it's a very shameful to Mr. Buhari and a shameful to Ganduje. They say if they say the truth, they will arrest you. Let them come arrest me.
But if you are alleging on the president is not the one ruling in Kano.
But the president has an influence. Call them in order. Say, come. He's in charge of Nigeria. The umbrella of Nigeria is on his shoulder. After God in Nigeria is the president. After God in Nigeria is the president. So he has every right to call Ganduje. He has every right to call Sanusi. Let us resolve this issue amicably. We. It's we. Let us come together and make Nigeria happy. Now, Kano cannot be happy. There will not be any peace in Kano for throughout this year and next year. The family of Sanusi and family of Abairo and the Ganduje cannot come together. And when all these two areas are fighting, grass is suffering. So that's only the problem. They are creating a enmity now in the Kano, and the Kano is the power in the north. You can't touch Kano, unlike Lagos, unlike Oncha. That's the power in the region. You cannot touch it. Now they already touching it. There's no peace in the Kano. The economy of Kano will drop. The business will recede. Everybody will be afraid of now to go their normal businesses because of don't know what's going to happen. No matter the security personnel over there now, people must be afraid to move from one place to another because of the crisis in the Kano now.
But then, what will be your advice based on this condition now? What will be your advice?
My advice is that they already passed the judgment. They already banished him. They cannot reverse it again. So I'm advising Sanusi to calm down and wait for the next government to come. You appeal for him to return back to Kano, not that the throne, because they cannot give him the throne again. But let it return back to Kano. Let him start his own normal business as a learned man and continue his own life living there. Because here in Loto now, if you keep in Loto now, he cannot last long, he will die because of thinking and other things. My advice for them, for Sanusi, not federal government, let him be patient until the depend when the under government will come up. So that's my own advice. Moses Ogbonna.
Nura Inusa.
From which state you come from?
Katsina State.
Hey, dan Katsina. Then promote Emir of Kano. Sanusi. You like him?
No, I don't like him.
Why you don't like him?
Saboda wannan abun da kana gani ana disgracing arewa ne. Na biyu kuma ƙarshen siyasa su Buhari ne Allah ya kawo. Dama a ƙarshe akwai waɗanda ba su san ba mutanen kirki ba ne. To yanzu Allah ya kawo su kafin a ce 2023 kowa ƙarya shi zai ƙare kuma kowa zai gane ba mutanen kirki ba ne. Wannan abin da ake ana ɓata arewa ne. Kuma cire Sanusi ba ƙaramar illa ba ne a arewacin ƙasar Najeriya. Abin cire shi ba arewacin ƙasar Najeriya ba ƙaramin illa ba ne. Don haka mu ba mu so ba kuma ba mu ji daɗin abin da aka yi Sanusi ba. Kuma wannan zai zama darasi a duk wasu sarakuna. In dan gaba duk sarkin da zai faru da yayi wani abu a wani jiha za a cire shi. Don haka sarakai da mayyanmu na arewa su tashi tsaye su nuna Allah wadaransu da wannan abin da aka yi. Su nuna ba su ji daɗi ba. In abin da zai yi a dawo da shi ne a dawo da shi. In ba zai yi a dawo da shi ba to a tsaye da abin bakin Sanusi. Son mutanen Kano su yi haƙuri da abin da Allah ya ɗora musu. Duk abin da ka gani daga Allah ne kar su tashi su kashe 'yan uwansu akan rikicin Sanusi da Ganduje. Kar su tashi su kashe 'yan uwansu su yi haƙuri da abin da Allah ya ɗora musu. Sanusi da kansa da abin yadda ya same shi bai damu ba, ya nuna Allah ne ke bada mulki ga wanda ya so, kuma in ya ga dama yana karɓa ga wanda ya so, kuma da ya karɓa a hannunka ba ya son ka bane ya karɓa. Don haka Sanusi da kansa bai damu ba, kuma mutanen Kano su yi makansu su yi dogon tunani kar wani ya tashi ya jefi wani da dutse akan Sanusi da Ganduje.
Your name again?
Nura Inusa. Yawa.
It's very unfortunate that it happened this way. Let us not be political about it. Let's go to the legitimacy of what really happened. Though the information is not yet out, and one will have to remain in the balance to see what actually happened, whether or not to go with him, no Ganduje. It's very good to watch the issue. The problem started with the 1979 local government reforms, where the powers of the native authority had been taken into the government arrangement in the name of states. Today, one is not very clear whether the traditional institutions that we know before, the reformation of 76, gives the traditional council powers on some of the administration and governance. Today, they don't have those powers. Now, what actually was, there had been this contest for a quite number of time, and committee upon committee had been set up. The House of Assembly members had been on all this. Today, there had been a report on the recommendation made on his removal. And it's not yet in the public whether one will adjust to it, whether it was a justice done to him or not. But notwithstanding, let's go to the back door and see what is happening there. This is a man that have known how to contend the truth. This is a man that comes to speak. Whether you like it or not, he have to say his own. He came on air to say it there had been 49 billion US dollars that had been remitted to the coffers of the federal government when he was a CBN governor. What did he got? A knock. He was removed as a CBN governor. Today, it comes again that he speaks on issues that do not go well with some of the power tussle or power arrangement that have. The question of him being removed, the issue is, I advise him that he who said the truth stands what he's passing through. I call on him to call on his sympathizers and supporters to be calm. And the only thing the local government as a system of Nigeria should do, as a government in place, let's go back to what happened in the 79 reform. Where do the powers of the traditional council ends? Where are the powers of the state ends? Do the governor have the power to remove the traditional council? Let's go to the constitutional issue. Let's stop pushing issues. This is not the first time an emir is removing Kano. His grandfather faced this. How did he face this? He came into the prominent when the power be. He speaks for the common people, and today there is another call by him on the government to see the needful and remove a common man from the perpetual imprisonment, I call it, that the elite had deliberately kept the greater number of people in Nigeria, not just Kano alone, not just in northern Nigeria alone, not just Nigeria alone, in Africa, that the people, the cluster elites of these people live in a heaven where the majority of people who they sought to have defended all ramifications are living in abject poverty without a sympathy on it. When you look at this, it is injustice in the form that the equality which gives us peace, there is no peace for a common man. And there will be no peace for that big unless I have to quote from some of the prominent leaders in the north who make this. He said there will be no peace for the common one. And there will be no peace for the rich until the poor are treated equal. And because of this, you will be shocked to hear that a senator, according to Sheikh Usani, he said the money they take home pay, their take home pay money is quite alarming. Could you come to imagine that the N-Power program, which the federal government is paying 30,000 naira per month, you will take a statistics. If you compel someone to be paying him in 30,000 naira, you pay him for 35 years. That money will not be equal to what a senator goes home with it in one day. It will be shocked to hear today what governors take home as their pay. You will be shocked that out of the governors who have succeeded in doing what they do for 8 years in the governance are still in the House of Assembly, National Assembly are all sorts. You will be shocked to hear the type of bill they are bringing. Today they are now looking for immunity. Today they are now looking for a life pension for them to remain. Can we live in a society that is arranged in this manner? The answer is not. So it is all these things when you sum up together is giving us all this push. And I call on him to go to a legislature because I question the legality of the powers of the supremacy of the Constitution, who gives everybody a right of belonging, a fundamental human right to freedom of expression. And let us caution the traditional council that says that he must be banished. As he today, I want him to go back to court and see the supremacy of the Constitution about his restriction in movement and all other involvement in governance. It's not the issue of money, sir. What he's saying is not Sanusi in person. It is our generation to come. So the cause of justice is not free. So he shouldn't consider money first. After all, if he had contested his removal as the CBN governor done, it would have given us a limelight on seeing what next should be done. My name is Lar. Lar. Sir? I said Lar Namzing. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yawwa. Da farko dai sunana Khalid Abubakar.
The first place name is Khalid Abubakar.
Yawwa. Katsina State ba tsari local government. Gaskiya na ji abin da ya faru dangane da Sanusi Lamido. To abin da ya gaskiya bai daɗi ba, saboda bai kamata ba a ce tsakanin gwamna da abin da ya shafi sarauta a ce ana irin wannan. Saboda ya kamata idan aka ce ana irin wannan ababuwan to gaskiya wata babbar rigima ce ake nema a ɗauko, amma sha'anin rayuwa komai gwara a rinka yin haƙuri. Tunda yanzu shi ya cire wannan, idan wani ya hau ma shi ma cirewa za a yi. In aka rinka cirewa
What he's saying is essentially said, as far as he's concerned, it's very sad to see what is playing out between the governor as an institution and the traditional council also as an institution. It is an indication that even if the next person that had come, if this thing had not stopped, this power tumbling will continue. And he said everybody should remain calm and be peaceful. That's what he said.
To, sannan kuma na ji ana korafi dangane da hana almajirai bara. To, ba laifi bane ba wannan su suna da damar da za su ce wani abu. Amma misali ya kamata idan ana so doka ta yi aiki, abinda dokai za ta yi aiki a kai a tanadi wani abu sannan sai a yi aiki a kai. Sannan kuma su almajiran tun kafin su shugabannin su rinka mulki sun zo sun tarar da wannan. Ba zai yi ba a ce wai abin da ya shafi almajiranta wai almajiri dan yana bara ba zai je makaranta ba. So da dama akwai almajiran da suna baran amma suna zuwa makaranta. Kuma almajiran ba wai duka kowane almajiri bane bai kamata a ce a dauki wannan mataki a kai. Akwai almajirai wanda suna karatun makaranta Arabic. To, wanda ana tunanin cewa su Arabic din suke karanta, to a nan wurin akwai wanda ya fahimci bokon sosai, kuma akwai wanda suna Arabic din suna boko. To in aka ce za a hana bara totally gaba daya, to shi ma wannan dai wani abu ne. Kamata in aka ce za a hana, to a tanadi wani abu wanda za a tallafa musu sai a hana bara.
What he's saying in essence is this call on ban of almajiri system. People should not wake up one day and do this. That there should be palliative measures, putting instruments in place to see how the system will be accommodated. Because as he's saying, there are some people that are attending this almajiri school as well as they are attending the Western education. So the place is not totally that those who are attending this almajiri school do not go to the Western education system. So what is essence is, he said the law, in essence, before they could come, this practice had been on ground, and they should watch the problem that engulfed this system and make provision for it before the law should come. And it is not every almajiri that you see is begging. It is not every child that attended the Islamic school that is begging on the street. There are some that are begging, but not necessarily because what they got from this thing that is making them to beg.
Zora, thank you for your time.
To alhamdulillah, mashallah. Sunana dai Khalid Abubakar.
Your name, please.
My name is Usman Enemona. My name is Usman Enemona. I'm a core member, obviously, my uniform. So, as regards what's happening in the country about Sanusi Namido, personally, I respect him because he's a brain box and he's an intellectual. So, from way back, I never knew that politics and traditional rulership had a relationship, that the politics can interfere with traditional rulership. So I don't know, once I heard about the news yesterday that he's been ousted out of power, I was so, I don't know, I cannot explain my feeling yesterday because this thing is not, there's not supposed to be an interference. They have to, the traditional rulers have their duties, while the politicians also have their duties. So, and if I'm to even say, according to hierarchy, the traditional rulers have a more crucial role to play than the politicians because they are the ones that relate with the grassroots, yes, of the people. They relate with the grassroots, and they know the plight of the people in the country. So they are the ones to actually understand, and the ones to really relate the issue to the government. It's not the government, in turn, interfering with what the traditional rulers are doing. So, and secondly, for the fact that Sanusi was removed and was replaced with someone of, I don't know, I don't want to offend anyone now, with lower educational qualification. Sanusi is someone that goes outside and lecture people, and people like are very, very welcoming of him. He goes outside universities, they welcome him because he's an intellectual. He has something to offer. So I don't know this trend of Nigerian leadership having people with low educational standards. Yes, low educational standards to be put in crucial positions. This is actually affecting the administration of the whole country. So
what do you call for the solution?
I'm calling for the solution that, okay, if there's a way to, me personally, I would like Sanusi to go back to, okay, they can go to courts. In any way they can resolve it. I just want Sanusi to go back because he's saying the truth, and the truth can be bitter. So me personally, as a person, if you are a truthful person and you're an honest person, you are not going to last among persons that are kind of crooked. So I'm standing in all confidence to say that Sanusi should go back to his throne because he has much more to offer to the country.
But he needs the governor to give him staff of office. How will he get the staff of office to get back to his throne?
Okay, well, that's where the whole issue comes in. It's wrong for the governor to give him staff of office to go back to his throne because politics and traditional rulership shouldn't mix at all.
So in this case, what do you call for? Should there be any input of that in the constitution or what?
Yes, the constitution should be reviewed. That traditional rulership and partisan politics should be separated so that everybody would play their role. Because Sanusi is personally Sanusi as a personality is a very, very promising leader. So they should, very influential, very intellectual. Is in fact.
Are you saying that the Kano generally is losing something?
Yes, they are losing a very, very, very important personality. And if this thing goes on, I'll find Nigeria as a country that don't appreciate intellectual power boxes. Yes, they don't appreciate. That's why we have the best brains going outside. That's why we have the.
Are you ready to go out?
I'm not ready to go out. If Nigeria is willing to change, I'm willing to change as well.
If they don't change on time,
We'll change them.
We will change them by the grace of God because we are the government. We are the people.
your name again?
Enemona. My name is Enemona. What's my name?
Bros, you are ready to move out of the country.
I am not ready to move out of the country.
But
If the country did not ready to change themselves, we, the young ones, the youth, we will change the country. We will change the country in the sense that that money, the thing that we use to buy the right of the community, we will reject that money. I will make sure that we will be frustrated the day and the time of them to come for their either campaigning, sharing of the money to the communities, buying the heart of the people. That time we will be ready to face them accordingly. Because
if you are giving 1 million now, will you not change your statement?
1 million is not a statement. It's not what to change my statement. What to change my statement is when the government itself change their attitude and their character towards the citizens of the country. Because now, this issue of Sanusi moving from the power and the issue of Oshomole or whatsoever we are talking about now, the government, present government, they are the cause of it. By initiating politics into a tradition. I think they have been looking for this opportunity to take over the advantage from the traditional ruler. Now, the youth and the young ones that are coming, we the youth, instead of us to stand up to fight for our rights, we are seeing align ourselves for the leader to be taking the future away, selling it to the wrong one of the country.
What are you telling youth now?
What I'm trying to tell the youth now, we the youth, we should wake up. If the one that run for your community take away what belongs to you, run away today. If you don't come today, tomorrow you will come. Surely the regime will end and they will surely come back. So let's be ready for them. The ready is not that you fight them, you war against them. No, if I cannot fight you with your money, I cannot fight you with my power, I can fight you with my spiritual life. Prayer is one of the best things. The book of Proverbs say, the stone you rose to cross your brother, the same that stone will surely come back to you. I'm not saying this because maybe the government, the government say the traditional rulers should come off for where they are sit and other people will be replaced. I'm not saying it because of that, but when you point one hand at somebody's face, they fall, they treat at you, and the other one is reporting to God. It's the report that this first finger gives to God that is facing back, that is giving the result back to the tree. So what is the government is facing today, the leaders, the traditional rulers are facing today, it is what they have done to the innocent one. That is why God is chasing them. I will not say that God is fighting the Nigeria. God is fighting them, the leader, because a time shall come. Surely, God will restore the peace of the Nigeria back to us. The leader sold us away, and God will not allow the slave to go. I'm saying this because my heart is full of tears. If the country, the government, the people that are on top, cannot control they cannot control the power of the government, or they cannot face the constitution of the country. The one that did not go to school, the young one that did not go to school, the one in the village, and in somebody that is in the village, how can that person know the way
to control the community of himself. Look at the way the school now. Sanusi said that yes, it's good for one to leave a street and go back to school. But where is the school? The question is that I want to ask the government, where is the school? You said now, right now they say Okada should not, in other states you see the people that say, no more Okada in so land. You are chasing Okada, people away from Okada riding. You want them, you do not provide a job for them to do. Don't you know that chasing those people for getting their daily bread will make them to become another something else to the, for the peace of the country? Now look at the keke, they are chasing keke away from other states. Now which job have they provided for the keke? So the leader, they are the one taking away what belongs to us. Anything you see Nigeria faces today, God is holding the leader responsible. So they should be careful of what they do to the rights of this country. My name is Destiny. Destiny Shaibu, I'm from Benue State.